Hi guys, in today's lecture we are going to discuss role-based access control. Role-based access control is an approach of granting access to various actions of site based on the roles of individual users. Let me explain this with the help of an image I have created for this tutorial. Here we have two types of user. One user that can be registered as admin user and other type that can be registered as author user. So basically we have two roles. One is admin role, one is author role. The user of author role, they can create a category or product, they can view detail of category or product, and they can view listing, but they cannot update a category, they cannot delete a category. While on the other hand, the users that are registered in the role of admin, they can update category, they can delete category, as well as they can perform all the actions that author can do. So technically admin users or super user, they can do everything in the site, while the author role users, they have limited access according to their role. So this is how we can manage how we can manage roles in a site, and we can manage uh, rights of all the users in our site. Now that we have an idea of what RBAC is, let's implement it in our system. If we go to official site of G2 documentation, here in the official documentation we have everything that we need for role-based access control. Initially we need four tables which are present here: item table, item child table, assignment table, and rule table. Now in order to create these tables in our system, we have just to run this migration command on our system. So let me copy this and let's go to the terminal. In terminal, let's go to our site. CRUD public. Okay, now that we are in our root directory, let's paste the command and write php, enter. Okay, it says total one new migration to be applied. Apply the above migration, yes. So the migration has not been applied, and it seems there was some error. Error was with the message you should configure auth manager. Okay, so what we have to do, we missed this point. We have to copy the auth manager component to our common configuration, but since we are running it from the console, so instead of adding it in common, first we have to add it to the console configuration. So config main local, and we can add it after the bootstrap. It has been added. Save this, and now let's run the command again. The previous command was this. Okay, so again we are having an error, and it says migrate exception, invalid call exception with message setting read only property. If we go to documentation, okay, so the error is we just copy auth manager, but there is no components element in our configuration. So let's copy this complete component, and instead of only auth manager, paste it here. Save this. Let's go to terminal and run again. Okay, now it's fine. I apply the above migration, yes, and now tables are being created. If we go to our PHP and refresh database, so we have auth assignment, auth item child, and auth rule. So our four tables have been created. Next, what we have to do, we have to create models for all these four tables. We can do this by going to G tool. So let's go to G tool, G, and model generator. My first table is auth assignment. Okay, one point I am missing. Before creating models for them, I think we have to create a module for them. So if we go to module generator and I want to create a module, which should be common modules auth module, and its ID should be auth. Review this and let's generate. Okay, it says the module has been generated successfully. To access the module, you need to add this to your application configuration. So let's copy this code and we can add this code to our common configuration file. Okay, in common we have configuration, sorry, and local. So we can add it here, paste it here, save this, and now if I want to access this module, let me go to gcode auth. Okay, so this is our default index, this is my module. Next, what I have to do, I have to generate models. So let me go to model generator and let me give my table name one by one. Auth assignment, it should be auth assignment, and place should be common modules auth models. This correct. Preview, generate. I'm repeating the same process for all the four tables. Okay, now that I have generated the fourth model, so if we go to editor, common modules auth, and in models, okay, sorry, so we only two models. Why is that? Generate. So we have three models. One is missing, auth item, auth rule, auth assignment. Item child is missing. Let's create that again. Auth item child, auth item child, preview, and generate. Now we have all the four models. Okay, so next, after these four models have been generated, I have to generate CRUD. Let's go to CRUD generator. My model class should be common, common, it should be auth item, and I don't need a search model. Controller class should be common, and it should be RBAC controller. Next, view path should be, and let's preview. And generate, yes, generate. Code has been generated successfully. Okay, if now you want to access my controller, so it is RBAC. Okay, so I have auth items, create auth item, and I can create, I can edit, I can update and delete. But now that we have created our module, we have created our models, and also we have created a controller. Next, we have to import data. It is also called authorization data. So what is authorization data? I'll explain this in a while, but before that, I have to create a migration. So let me go to terminal in order to create the migration. And for migration, you can run the command php dot migrate create. Its name should be init underscore RBAC. Press enter. Create new migration. Yes, I want to create. Okay, new migration created successfully. If I go to editor, and in our console folder, I go to migrations. I have the new migration which has been created now, and what I want to run in this migration, I can add that code right here. Before adding code here, I want to explain authorizing data. Now, what is authorizing data? Authorizing data is basically the permissions and the roles that has to be added to the system. Now, the code that has been provided on G2 framework documentation is that you create a permission for create post, you create a permission for update post, then you add author role and give the permission of create permission, update permission. After that, you can create a role of admin, and you can assign him the permissions of updating and deleting, as well as the roles of the author, so admin can do everything. What I have created the code, let me show you the code. I have written some code which is here, and let me copy this code. This should be in the migration up function. Copy, and inside our migration save up, I want to run this code. Okay, what I have done here, I have created a permission for listing indexing categories, then I have created a permission for create category, view category. After that, I have created a permission of update categories, and I have created for delete categories. Then I have created a role author, and what I have done, I have given all the first three permissions to the author role for category index, category create, and category view. After this, I have created a role of admin, and I have assigned the user Arshad to the admin role, and I have given him the permissions of category update, category delete, as well as the permissions of author. So basically admin can do everything, all the 5 actions, while author can only perform listing, view, and create. Now let's run this migration. Okay, in order to run the migration, let's go to terminal and go to a root directory. Next we can run hvg migrate command. Okay, so one migration is found. This is the new migration. Do you want to run? Yes. Okay, so there is an error. Okay, it seems we have again the configuration issue. Oh, okay, the code is missing. Sorry. Save this and run again. Yes. Okay, now one migration was a blight. If you go to our database files, now we have all the data in our tables. Sorry. Okay, now that we have the authorization data, next we have to implement the RBAC on our admin sections. So let's implement that. But before implementing the RBAC to our system, let's see our pages without the implementation of RBAC. Let me go to our admin section, and let's say we have categories, so we can view the categories, we can create categories, we can edit categories, and we can update them, we can delete them. Let me log out. Now let me see what I can do. I can still view the listing, I can view the detail, I can update, and I can also delete. Now let's implement the permissions or the RBAC on this. Let's go to category controller, backend, and in backend I have controllers, I have categories controller. Here I have a function of behaviors. What I want to do, I have created some, written some code, and let me copy the code which is behavior access. So if I copy this complete code, I'll explain this code in a while. And okay, let me update this code a little bit. Instead of returning, let me make an array behaviors. Okay, now that we are making it an array, it should be more like this. It should be, this is one parameter, and it should be indented here. We don't need this now. Okay, next I want to paste my code here. Sorry, copy this, paste it here, and next I'm going to return this variable from this function. Save this, and if you go to the browser, refresh the page. Okay, access control not found. So access control is not found means that we have to copy this code. Okay, so we added component to the console, but we have not added it to common. So let's add it to common as well. Config main local, and here in components, so we have already component element, so we have to copy just the auth manager. Copy this, and before db, save this and refresh the page. Access control not found. Okay, so next it says access control not found. Let's go to our categories controller, and here we can add use access control. Let's save and refresh the page. Okay, so now I can create category, I can view category, I can see the listing, I can edit. Okay, so it says forbidden. The forbidden says because I am logged in as author. Okay, so I cannot, author cannot update. Also author I think cannot delete as well. Okay, let me log in as admin or Arshad. Okay, now let's go to categories. I can view, I can update, and I'm sure I can delete as well, but let's delete one of the category, let's say books, or let's create a test category. Test status should be active. It has been created, so admin can create. And if I go to test category, I can delete as well, so it has been deleted. So it is how RBAC work. The admin role or the Arshad role, he can update as well as he can delete. Also he can perform all the actions that can be done by the other user. So this is how RBAC is implemented in the system. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.